Hey, what's happening, guys? Well, Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, has hit theaters today, July 3rd. And it was funny because I went last night thinking there was going to be midnight showing. And so I went to get tickets around 8 o'clock, and she's like, yeah, it's playing now. It's an 8 o'clock show and 11 o'clock showing. I'm like, what do you mean? The movie opens the 3rd. So she's like, no, we open it one day earlier here in Windsor, or in Canada. I don't know. I don't know if you guys here in Canada went yesterday, but anyways, so the midnight actually the midnight show was Monday night. So oh well, it doesn't matter. I got to see the movie last night, and today's the official release of Spider-Man, July 3rd. And let me tell you, I was um, I was really impressed with the movie. I really like the new take on this movie and the way this movie is going to go on now. Um, really enjoyed it. I loved it. I really loved the movie a lot. Um, love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, Peter Parker. He did a fantastic job. I mean, we're going through all the emotions he's feeling after the death of his parents. Now he's living with the Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and you get to feel he's the kid in the back in the back of the classroom. He's very isolated, doesn't want to talk to anybody, very shy, geeky. I've seen geekier kids than that. Um, I don't know. I wasn't buying the geeky thing. I mean, I actually bought him more in the first Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire because Peter Parker was not like a good-looking guy, but he was cool when he was Spider-Man. But when he was Peter Parker, he wasn't cool at all. So I mean, Andrew Garfield is like he's like a he's a good-looking guy. I mean, they make him look like he's not in the movie, but I mean, I just wasn't buying that he was a geek or he was like nobody would like him and all that. So I heard a lot of the girls in the audience are, oh my God, he's so cute and all that. So you know what I'm saying. But anyways, I didn't know what I was going to expect to this movie. I really love Spider-Man 1 and 2, the old ones with Tobey Maguire. Let's not talk about the third one, please. But so I didn't know what was going to happen at the beginning. I didn't give it any chance. I'm like, oh, I don't know, why are they going to reboot this? I love part 1 and 2. They're awesome movies. But I really like this. I really like this. Great acting in the movie. The little darker tone of it, of course, everybody's like, oh, they're relating it to The Dark Knight, because I mean, The Dark Knight, the Batman movie set the pace for what superhero movies should be now, right? So, but it has nothing to do with that. It is we're leaving the emotional roller coaster. This kid is going, this teenager going, losing parents, and then all of a sudden acquiring amazing powers, man. I mean, he gets bitten by the spider. He doesn't know what's going on, and he's trying to find out what happened to his parents and all that. So it is awesome. It is wonderful. It was wonderful. So I just got a list here of things that I'm just trying to remember from the movie. Emma Stone. Emma Stone was awesome as Gwen Stacy. Their little romance in the movie kind of dragged a little bit. I mean, they were all like, okay, let's do this. Oh, we should do that. And okay, I'll do this with you. And okay, and then he would come back again. It was just like, I heard a couple people in the theater that were like, okay, this is gay. Like, move on. Come on. Like, all right, okay, you like each other. Move on. So, but she was great. She was great. She's really good looking. I mean, it's what's her name? Kristen Dunst in the first movie was okay. Okay, not the best choice. But then after that, the second one and the third one, she became uglier for some reason. The third one, she was just like a bad choice for a Mary Jane, right? So Emma Stone, very very good looking girl, very pretty. I mean, very curvy. She had a lot of good curves in that movie. And I mean, blonde, perfect eyes. I mean, perfect face. So it was a perfect pair. The couple was perfect. But I mean, it's not Mary Jane. So you expect in the future, where this series is going, Mary Jane will be introduced, and who knows who they're gonna pick. I mean, I bet you they'll pick some hot chick, and hopefully a good actress as well, right? So they made a good pair. what else? Ryan's Ifan, Dr. Connors, the lizard. He was great. He was a good. I mean, he was very solid acting, everything in the movie, and throughout the whole movie. And then when he became the lizard, I really dig. I really dig the man when he was the lizard and having like conversations. I really liked that. A lot of people don't like the CGI lizard and all. I really liked it. It was powerful, man, when he was on screen. But I would have liked to see more of him as a lizard, having dialogues, more dialogues, and expressing more feelings. Like kind of doubting himself as a lizard, and I'm a good person, and I shouldn't do this, and because there's a dilemma of like the both personalities, right, with Doc Connors and the lizard. But I would. That's what I like to see. But I thought it was a great villain. He was huge and powerful, man. Like I'll get to some of the action scenes in this movie, but magnificent. I really loved it. Dennis Leary as Gwen's dad was awesome. Was very powerful. He's the Captain Stacy. He's commands the police, and they're on the hunt for Spider-Man. Martin Sheen was awesome as Uncle Ben. And you know what? At one point, I'm like, sweet, he's an awesome Uncle Ben. Oh, this is going to be great. And I totally forgot that he dies. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my God, that's true. There's when they got to the scene with the burglar, right, in the convenience store, and they take the money, and then he gives him the milk, and he runs away, and he's like, hey man, aren't you gonna help me? Like, he's like, not my problem, bro. And then he goes away, and then he stumbles into Uncle Ben. The gun gets exposed, and Uncle Ben tries to grab the gun, and the guy shoots him, and that's Peter Parker's mistake, right? I mean, he should have cared, and his uncle would have been spared, and he would have been alive. So that's like his curse kind of thing. But I totally forgot, man. I totally forgot for some reason. That's like, all right, and I'm like, oh my God, that's true. He has to die. So it was kind of like, man, Martin Sheen was great as Uncle Ben, and he's dead. He's gone. So he had a small role there. Sally Field's awesome as M.A. I really liked M.A. on the other movies. I really liked the lady. But Sally Field is a fantastic actress. I mean, no question about that. So the movie itself, I mean, what I really liked about this movie, and I got the trailer going on in the back here, is some of the. I mean, we've seen Spider-Man web sling. Special effects, I mean, have advanced, since the first movie and the second and all that, but you can't make it any. It can't get any better than this. I mean, than those movies. Like, so we've seen him web slinging before, and okay, how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna impress us even more? Well, the way they did this was that impressed me was the agility of Spider-Man in this. I mean, he was fantastic. Some of the poses he was pulling in that movie was really like Spider-Man, like comic book stuff. Like, really awesome. He's really fit, but in a skinny way, just like in the Amazing Spider-Man comics. Spider-Man was like really skinny guy. I mean, very cut, but I mean he was really skinny. Andrew Garfield was really skinny for the role in this, but it was awesome, man. He was pulling some awesome moves. He looked great in some of the poses, like epic poses when he's fighting and he's all posed, and just the Spider-Man look. They nailed that 100%. Loved it. The suit in some angles looked awesome, and some I was like, they could have just mixed up a little bit of the old suit, the suit with the Sam Raimi movies with this one, made it a little better. Sometimes it looked like pajamas to me at one point. It just didn't look right. But for the most part, it looked awesome, and throughout the whole movie, it looked great. The mask looked sweet. I didn't have a problem with the mask. It looked really awesome. So yeah, like, and I mean, the pacing of the movie was great. It had a little bit of comedy here and there, and yeah, I really liked that when like Peter was like just getting his power, and he got picked on at school. He got beat up by Flash, and then it's that thing, man, when you get these powers, and then it was the anticipation of him confronting Flash again to get back at him. I really liked that, man. It really humiliated him. I don't care what Uncle Ben said, man. I would have just kicked his ass for sure. It's just to impress the girls, right? He wanted to impress her, whatever. I mean, he get back at the guy, and make sure he stands out. He's not an outcast anymore, right? So what else? What else? I mean, the action was fantastic. The scenes with the lizard and everything. I mean, fantastic set pieces. I mean, it was the agility of Spider-Man, and it was so cool. And the web shooters were really great. The introduction of the web shooters now, it's not like a mutant thing that he fired on in the first one, which I had no problem with that. I have no problem him firing him, as he always wanted, because he never runs out of them, right? But so it just, the web shooters were there from the beginning of time, so it was cool to see him. It worked well. Him developing the web shooters was really awesome. I really enjoyed that. Special effects, like I said, they were great. People complaining about CGI on the lizard, I really digged it. I thought it was great.